Hello students, welcome to Extreme Telugu YouTube channel. I am Gayatri and today we are going to learn about 8th class mathematics chapter 3 understanding quadrilaterals. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends and subscribe to Extreme Telugu YouTube channel. And please press the bell icon to get the notifications. When we listen about or hear about quadrilaterals, what's the first picture comes into our brain? Either square or the rectangle, because these two are the very familiar quadrilaterals which we've been learning from since our childhood. From grade 1 or PP2 onwards, when we learn about different shapes and all, the main basic shapes we learn is circle, triangle, square and rectangle. So when we say that there is a four-sided polygon, imagine a four-sided polygon. If we say that, we definitely either imagine a square or a rectangle. But other than square and rectangle, we have so many quadrilaterals in our subject, okay, and where we see also, but we don't realize that these are also called as quadrilaterals. Like your kite, the kite which we use for Pongal holidays and all, that's a quadrilateral. Okay, the best example is the Kaju Barfi. That's an example for rhombus. That is also a quadrilateral. Okay, so let's try to understand more about quadrilaterals. So before we go for quadrilaterals and all, let's try to understand what are the figures. We have two kinds of figures. One is closed figure and the other one is the open figure. Now this is something we call it as an open figure because it starts somewhere and gets end somewhere. And this is not a simple open figure. It's something like complicated because it got intersected over here, right? It is a closed figure because it have a starting point and ending point at the same point. It started at the same point and got ended at the same point. Wherever it may travel, at the end it comes to its starting point. Like how at the beginning of the day we start at our home, we go to school, we play there, we travel in the bus, and at the end of the day we reach our house. So we are closed figures, we are not open figures. Okay, the highways I can take, they are open figures. They start somewhere and end somewhere. That means the starting point is somewhere and the destination is somewhere. They are like open figures. Okay, so we are talking about open figures in detail. Now, as I said, this is not a simple closed figure. This is a little bit complicated because all lines are getting intersected. So in this topic particularly, we talk about simple closed figure, okay, which is in front of us, the board. I can say the plane surface of this board is an example of simple closed figure, which is in the shape of rectangle. Because you can see there is no intersections happening. It is clearly like this, in the shape of rectangle without any intersections. So this is a simple closed figure. Now how is this simple closed figure get related to the quadrilaterals? As you have seen an example, the plane surface of this board is nothing but an example of simple closed figure I told. And it is in the shape of rectangle. Now since it has four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides, we call it as quadrilateral. Quadri means 4. So like that, okay? We have another one also. Basically, we all call them as polygons. Before we call it as a quadrilateral, we call it as polygons. Poly means many. So that means a simple closed figure with many sides is called as polygons. Now many sides means how many sides minimum we should have. Minimum a figure, a simple closed figure should have 3 sides. Then we call it as polygon. If a simple closed figure have 2 sides like this. Now first of all, can you call it as a simple closed figure? No, because it is open figure. It is not closed yet. So that's the reason a polygon should have a minimum of 3 sides. Now just imagine a 3 sides polygon. What comes to your picture? It's nothing but a triangle. Right? So when we think about a three-sided polygon, a triangle comes into picture. So that's the reason we call three-sided polygon as triangle, and a four-sided polygon as quadrilateral, where quadri is 4. 3 sides, triangle. 4 sides, quadrilateral. 5 sides, pentagon or pentagon. Why am I underlining the words there? Because these words meant 3, 4, 5. Tri 3, quadri 4, penta 5. Like that, if you have 6 sides, you call it as hexagon or hexagon. Hexa is 6. Okay, if you have 7 sides, either you call it as septagon or heptagon, where septa or hepta means 7. If you have 8 sides, you call it as octagon. Now octopus, which have 8 hands to that, I think it has been taken from that only. So if a polygon have 8 sides, we call it as octagon. Then if it has 9 sides, we call it as nonagon. Always the students get confused with nano and nona. So nano is the Tata car, but nona is the actual name of the polygon with 9 sides, nonagon. And with 10 sides, we call it as decagon. With deca is 10. So similarly, like 11, 12, 13 and all, you can find the more than these names, but like more than 10, above 10, this 11, 12 and all, you can find out names in internet and all. Okay, I'm giving you the basic information, right? So all these are called as polygons. Okay. Now, out of all these polygons, we are in particularly going to discuss about quadrilateral. Quadrilateral, which have 4 sides in that. So there are so many quadrilaterals, as I told you. There are so many quadrilaterals. About all those we'll be discussing in our next video. Okay, let's try to understand the basic things in a quadrilateral. So I'll take a very familiar quadrilateral for us, a rectangle. Okay, so for this rectangle, the outside part which you can see, it is called as exterior. Exterior of the rectangle or exterior of the quadrilateral. If you see the inside part of the rectangle, you call it as interior. So inside part you call it as interior, and the outside part you call it as exterior. Okay, so this is how a quadrilateral or a figure is divided into. It has 2 portions. One is exterior and one is interior. Okay, and we should be able to understand what is interior and what is exterior. Now again, in quadrilaterals, we have regular quadrilaterals and irregular quadrilaterals. Now what are these regular and irregular? Regular quadrilaterals are those in which all the sides are equal. Now when I say this point, what is the first example or first figure strikes into our brain? It's a square. Now we've been learning since our childhood that in square all sides are equal. Now what are these lines I have drawn? These lines I have drawn shows that all the sides are equal. So this is a regular polygon. Now I have taken previously the example of rectangle. Do you think it is a regular polygon? No, because in rectangle all the sides are not equal, only opposite sides are equal. Can you see the difference between the signs I have given and here? Here, since all the sides are equal, I have given same kind of markings. But here, all the sides are not equal, only opposite sides are equal. That's the reason this pair of opposite sides I have given one kind of sign, and this pair of opposite sides I have given different type of sign. So instead of writing these sides are equal and all, you can simply show it by using a symbol or sign. So that's the beauty of geometry. In other topics, you get to write each and every sentence and all, but geometry, you get to use so many shortcuts. So I call this as irregular polygon. Because in this all the sides are not equal. Similarly, like it applies for any type of polygon, like hexagon, decagon, octagon, anything. If all the sides are equal, you call it as a regular polygon. If all the sides are not equal, you call it as a irregular polygon. Now if all the sides are equal, what happens to it? Angles. Even angles are same. Now of course in these two pictures the angles are 90 degrees only, but in other pictures you can see, in other types of polygons and all, you can see few regular polygons will have all the angles equal, few may not. Okay, so this is a regular and irregular polygons, which also applies for quadrilaterals, because the examples here we have taken is a quadrilateral. Like that in triangles, do we have a regular polygon? Yes, we do have. We call it as equilateral triangle, where all the three sides of the triangle are equal. Okay, right? So if this is the regular polygon and irregular polygons, now if triangles can have a regular polygon too, then there is one point common for triangles and quadrilaterals. Do you know what? That's angle sum property. Now in triangles we have learned, okay, the angles may be equal or different, anything. In triangle we have seen that the three angles, the sum of three angles is 180. Angle 1 plus, angle 2 plus, angle 3 is 180 degrees. Okay, similarly in a quadrilateral, if you observe, I am taking a different type of quadrilateral here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It has 4 angles. So it also have an angle sum property, that is angle 1 plus, angle 2 plus, angle 3 plus, angle 4 gives us 360 degrees. How and why? We'll be learning it in our next video. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to Extreme Telugu YouTube channel and press on the bell icon for the notifications. And do let us know about your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.